Hey everybody, how are you? This is Guillermo Mata here again. I wanted to make this video to kind of give you just a full out view on the type of prospects to go after on Craigslist. But I'm not going to show you just the basics. I'm going to show you exactly the people that I go after and all the details behind it, like what type of ads and just prospects to go after, um, things to look for, things, just the uh, pricing and things like that, just all the important necessities to prospect on Craigslist. This is my method. This is exactly what I do on a daily basis on Craigslist with my team as well. So feel free to take what you see here and make your own out of it, or you could just follow exactly what you see here. It's completely up to you, but this is exactly what I do. Okay, so now let's move forward. What type of prospects to go after on Craigslist? Okay, now you want to go after sole proprietors and contractors. That's the trick right there. I mean, that's the trigger spots. Sole proprietors, contractors. Why? Because sole proprietors and contractors, they don't have they don't have you know, uh, you know, front desk agents. They don't have any of that mess. They don't have people working for them in the front. 9 times out of 10, when you find them on Craigslist, they'll post their cell phone numbers. They'll post just like their personal emails, and it makes them easily reachable. And sole proprietors and contractors, they're always in need of things. Just think of yourself, for example. If you're watching this video, some of you are sole proprietors. Think of the things that you need, and uh, but we'll get into that a little later on necessities and what they need and things like that. But um, I've had a lot of success with plumbers, beauty salons, barbershops, dance schools, yoga instructors, pest control, uh, metal salvage companies, choreographers, photographers, and cosmetologists. Okay, these are the type of businesses, sole proprietors, and contractors that I've had a lot of success with on Craigslist. And so, these are the type of businesses that you want to go after. They're very easy to target, very responsive, and they're not going to waste your time. All right, so this is the sweet spot right here. This is the sweet spot. So you may want to note that down. Moving forward to step 2, do an overview on their advertisement. Okay, look for little things like the titles, content error, um, messy graphics, ugly websites, and them screaming out for help. Um, a lot of the times, you could read it. You could see the ad, and we're gonna go into this too. I don't want you to feel like I'm just writing this down. I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean by messy titles, content errors. But a lot of these guys, they just kind of put whatever on their Craigslist ads, expecting to get a good response, and it just doesn't work like that. With Craigslist, it's just like anything else. Whatever you put the time into, if you take your time into the ad and the content and the phone number and the title, then chances are you're going to get a great response. If you try to rush and put an ad up there, then a message, whatever kind of title, it's just not going to work. So these are things to look out for. Crazy looking titles, content errors, messy graphics, ugly websites, and them screaming out for help. By screaming out for help, I mean some of these guys on Craigslist, they really go and on their content, they're screaming out to sell their products. They're like, we'll take 75% off. Call us, please. Call us now. Like, this is known on Craigslist. Like, a lot of these guys need help. So these are like little signs. This is like very small, but it's very powerful. This is gonna help us, make them our client, make them, these are prospects in a sense. All right. So these are just things to look out for. Step 3. Best actions to take after you found your top 3 prospects. So you want to trim it down to 3. That's what I do. Okay. You could top it off to 5. It's completely up to you. But I find that it's easy to, just trim it down. Choose your top 3 prospects after you've done the research on their advertisements and things like that. And this could be any niche. As I mentioned above, any of these niches here, you can choose your top 3. Once you found them on Craigslist, what is it you need to do next? That's probably what you're wondering. The best actions to take after you find your top 3. All right, so this is what I do. Okay, I don't do what everybody else does, and you probably don't either. All right, you want to use unique approaches when you're approaching these contractors and sole proprietors. All right, so what I've been doing is writing to them on Facebook. Okay, you can write them on their Facebook wall. Introduce yourself. Don't introduce yourself as, oh, you're the owner of this big time company, because you're not going to get a response like that. Don't say, oh, well, this is Jimmy with Top Rank SEO, blah blah blah. You're not going to get a response like that. These are sole proprietors. They don't want to be sold. They don't want to be pitched. They want somebody who's going to understand what they need and is going to help them long term. Okay, so write them on Facebook. You can send them a private message. Write them on their fan page, on their personal page. Some of these guys, they don't even have fan pages. They only have a personal account. So when you look them up on Facebook, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see just them, and that's it. So you could write them on Facebook. Don't email. Don't do any of that stuff. You're gonna see some emails here. In some cases, depending on how bad their situation is, you can go for it. But I don't really email. I don't email them. So take email out of the way for this strategy here. And then direct mail. You can direct mail them. Offer them something. Offer them something for free. Let them know. Obviously, they need help on Craigslist, so why don't you send them a direct mail letter? Listen, you could tell them, I've seen your ad on Craigslist. It looks like you need some help. Blah blah blah. I want to offer you 2 free graphic designs, and I want to offer you 10 posts for free. I'd like to get in touch with you, blah, 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 so moving forward, you can direct mail them, all right? So don't email them. You can write them on Facebook. You can direct mail them, and you can call them. When they call, I believe when you call any number, you press pound. You hold down the pound button, and it takes you straight to their voicemail. It's one of those, but leave a voicemail. Don't get on the phone with them. This is a little trick that I learned. When you call them, let it go to voicemail, and you leave a message. But it's just that simple. When you call, hold pound, and that's pretty much it. You leave a message, and you introduce yourself. Don't introduce yourself in your company. Introduce the person that you are. Let them know a little bit about your qualifications, and let them know what you spotted, and let them know that this isn't one of those pitches or anything like that. You want to use the personal approach when you approach these businesses on Craigslist. All right, so these are just things to keep in mind. Don't call and leave a message and say your company name, phone number. They're not going to respond to you. You got to use the personal approach, and be willing to give something at all times. Give, give, give. I say this all the time because I think about myself. If somebody's trying to pitch to me and they offer me a nice deal, I'm not going to give it up. I mean, somebody offers me 2 graphics and then like 5 posts on Craigslist. It gives me the chance to see what they can do, Then it lets me, take some time to think if I really need them, and if I want to pay that $125 a month, etc., etc. So it's just that simple. Write them on Facebook. Don't email, direct mail, leave them a message through your phone. All right. Another trick is go after locals. Go after locals in your town. You know your town best. You know your town. I know New York City. I know which areas to target very easily that always need help all the time. So go after your own town. You could target any other businesses all over the world, but where the need is, where there's a need in your local town. So just keep that in mind. Moving forward, charge a good rate for your services. All right. So what do you charge? You can charge $125 monthly, or at $99 per month for Craigslist post, and You know, these are price ranges that I use on a daily basis. You can charge anywhere between 147 for basic websites, but taking a quick step back, 125 monthly or $99 for, no, I'm sorry, I'm confusing this here. 125 monthly for 99 posts per month. Well, you could go a little less. It's completely up to you. If you're just getting your feet wet, 125 monthly for 99 posts per month. You could do $50 posts for 125 monthly. You know, tweak out those numbers right there. It's a bargain on their end because they're not worrying about it. So, you know, they'll feel good about paying that 125 monthly. Charge anywhere between 147 for basic websites. You know, we're talking HTML, WordPress websites. You know, you set up a little banner, opt-in form, video, content, 147. It's just that simple. They'll pay that any day. And businesses need Craigslist for graphics. So do like a buy one, get one free deal. You know, let them, it's all about them. It's all about going that extra mile, giving, giving, giving. So businesses need Craigslist. So buy one, get one free. Okay, you can do that. Understand what it is they really need. All right. Don't forget about that. You know, while you're doing all of this prospecting and emailing and calling and things like that, you know, get a real understanding of what it is that they really, really need. They may not need Craigslist posting, but, you know, through your research, you may find that they really need just graphics. So you may want to adjust it around that. You know, adjust your pricing around them and their need and their situation. All right. Don't rush to close. Everything takes time. Okay. A lot of guys, you know, they tend to rush, you know, a lot of, you know, these things and just rush this process. You know, it doesn't work like that. You can't rush prospecting. It all takes time. You know, those first 3 businesses that you target may not be responsive. That's because they don't understand. All right. So you have to be consistent. You know, and that's how you win in this business. Consistency always wins. All right. It's all about that drive. You got to drive all the time. All right. So gonna do a quick overview one more time. All right. So sole proprietors and contractors. These are the type of businesses that are responsive and are gonna respond to you. Plumbers, beauty salons, barbershop, dance schools, yoga instructors, pest controls, metal and salvage companies, choreographers, photographers, and cosmetologists. Okay, do an overview of their advertisement. Look at titles, content errors, messy graphics, ugly looking websites, screaming out for help. Best actions to take after you have found your top 3. Write them on Facebook. Don't email, direct mail. Phone them, but leave a message. Don't get on the phone and get into a conversation with them. Go after locals. Your town only. I recommend you go after your town. Number 5, charge a good rate for your services. 125 monthly for 99 posts. Charge anywhere between 147 for basic websites. Businesses need graphics. Do a buy one, get one free deal. Understand what they really need. Don't rush to close. Everything takes time. All right, guys. So this is what type of prospects to go after on Craigslist and the things you should do and should not do while you're doing this on Craigslist. So I'm going to see if I could exit out of here really quick. I'm going to give you an example of, let's do an example of like some bad titles and, you know, messy graphics and things like that. All right, so this is Craigslist right here. I'm going to adjust my screen so that you can see that I'm on Craigslist. I'm going to adjust this really quick. Feel free to pause this video and rewind it if you need to. Take some notes. Alrighty, so this is Craigslist. And normally the type of areas that I go after are, you know, within these areas here. So services, gigs, and for titles. All right, so we're gonna try to find some sole proprietors with just some, you know, we unlock any type of phone. Okay, what's this about? All right, you see these little stars here? This is a sign right here. Okay, look, this is a sign right here, right? But they got the little stars. They're trying to poke out. You know, they're trying to stand out. You know, and they have a phone number here. Okay, and this is their company name, which is Orion Services Center, OrionElectronicNYC.com. All right. I mean, you guys know. Remember what I said? Take a look at the graphics. This is like a perfect example. Look at this. This is horrible. You know, these guys, they need help. It looked like they kind of like just put this up here. Like, you know, they took a picture of it and decided to put it up there. So this is when you go back to my notes and you do exactly what I say for this prospect. Orion Electronic NYC. So let's check out their website. Orion Electronic NYC.com. Excuse me. Alrighty. Gonna wait for that to load up. Now this person doesn't have any content here. This is just like, these are like little signs to me that I could make this individual here one of my top 3. Obviously he's calling out for help. No content. You know, he took screenshots of his, you know, of his ad. Let's see here. We have the address to the business, so we could always, you know, direct mail them, as I mentioned on my strategy list over here. Let's take a look at the website. Alrighty, this is their website. Now, by looking at this, I know that they need help. Alright, it looks like they just used a regular template, and it's just like all over the place. Like, where do you start? You know, where do you start? You know, it looks like a general e-commerce store. You know, they could use some help. All right, they don't have any SEO, I could tell. I mean, you could look at, this is their title up here, things like that. But you know, the goal here is to start small. You know, you want to start small and then work your way up. So I'll let you decide. I mean, what do you think they need? You know, do they need a website? Would you prefer to would you prefer to offer them website services, or just offer them a Craigslist ad, a simple free Craigslist ad, and then work your way up? What would you prefer to do? I'll let you think about that. What's easiest right now? I would go with Craigslist. You know, offering that Craigslist ad. You know, I would definitely direct mail them. It seems like that's a good option. They have an address here. I would direct mail them. And then, you know, just leave a message, you know, give it a few days, wait for them to respond. Note it down. You know, I would note it down, because it's all about the follow-up. You know, you just don't call these people one time and that's it. You have to continue to follow up. So, you know, offer them a good deal, you know, that's it. You know, this is a perfect example here. You know what to do from here on out. You know, you have my list of businesses to go after, and that's pretty much it, guys. And I hope this video was valuable to you. I hope you learned some things here. You know, this is exactly what I do on a daily basis. I follow this exact technique, and I'm just so happy to share this with you, and you know, so that you can take it on in your business. And you know, guys, you can also outsource this. You know, so you can give this video of me talking to your VA and have them do it. You know, it's going to save you time and it's going to allow you to focus on what's more important. Alrighty. So this is Guillermo Mata. Stay tuned for my next video. Bye bye.